Good morning to you, the Power Breakfast Show with your Power Mary live on FM100. Good morning to you. So yesterday I noted to you that we're going to have special guests from PNG ESports Association. So the PNG ESports Association promotes electronic sports in PNG and the Pacific. And also there's definitely a rise of esports here in PNG and the Pacific. So here with me this morning, live on radio, I've got Michael Arifai, who is the executive for PC and console gaming, and Allan John, the executive events for PC and console gaming as well, and James Robinson, the executive marketing and policies guy, and Dwayne Bray, who is the vice president of PNG ESports. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
You all look like serious gamers, like just looking at me like that. Smile, come on, relax. You're not playing a game, okay? But thank you so much for finding time to actually tell us about PNG eSports and also the rise of eSports. If you can just, apart from my introduction, introduce yourselves. Something fun about yourselves. Probably tell us your in-game names.
Right to left. All right. Yeah. So my in-game name is Virus. Fun story about that is that I got that name actually from when I was a little boy, so it kind of stuck. I kept on getting sick while I was little, so.
Oh wow!
The name Virus. I couldn't use Dead Man, so Virus actually stuck. So,
do you still get sick a couple of times?
No, never gotten sick.
You need to change your name.
Thanks.
Yes.
My name. Yeah, my in-game name is Wronghouse 11. I have a funny story about that, but I can't share it on air.
Sure. Very serious. Cool stuff.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Michael Arifai.
Yes, we know.
But my gamer tag was from a former name that I used to use some years back in 2012 to 2014. I still use that name today. I've changed it slightly, just a bit, because of how life is like. I'm known as Malafail.
Malafail, yeah, like fail.
Like a troll sort of name. They say the word fail and they'll be like, it's probably going to lose.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Okay, next.
Morning. My name is Allan John. My nickname is Mods. Gamer tag also Mods, but just recently me changing to coach because I'm involved with junior rugby. So.
Oh wow, that's really good.
So
very
now
good.
The boys calling me coach, so me just put him coach at the moment.
So like, coach, retreat, let's go, something like that. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for that. So, what's the importance of having an in-game name? Like, why do you have an in-game name when it comes to PC gaming and all of that, console gaming? Just try to clarify that, because every now and then, like, there's a lot of in-game names. So is there like a clarity to that? Like.
Well, having an IGN actually builds on builds you a sort of like a persona, an avatar within the game. Most IGNs sort of revolve around. We call them IGNs in game names.
I had to jot that down.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, writing it down, and I was like looking at you Google it as well. No, the IGNs themselves actually give us like a persona. They give us an avatar within the game, sort of gives us a separate identity apart from our own. For a variety of reasons. I think the main reason is that most of our friends, and like I mentioned during our last interview, most of the guys that I don't know by their real names. Sure. I know them by their IGN. There's one of my mates, his name's Patient, not a very patient character. You met him outside there. He was here last week. But no, it just plays to certain traits that you want to build in game, and certain avatars that you want to actually establish yourself as. Obviously, outside of the gaming, you have your own legal government issued name, parent issued name. Within the game, that's all up to you. That's your decision. So that everything to do with the IGN is you, pretty much. Any other boys?
True stuff.
A good example of that would be, how COD Mobile is popular now. So you see a name on TikTok that pops up all the time. They know the guy Mero COD Mobile. Probably most likely because he's from Central, but they identified him in the game as that. So say you jump online with maybe 10 people in a map and you play. Sorry, apologies. I'm sure everyone knows what COD Mobile is. Yeah. When they see Mero COD Mobile running, they already know exactly who this fellow is, his stats.
Wow.
Maybe, I don't know where he is on our leaderboard, if there is one. But he's quite a very popular person. You know, his followings, I don't know, maybe perhaps over 20,000 already, just from playing this game. And he's been identified as that. And just like Virus said, we don't know his real name at all.
Okay, Virus is James, by the way.
Yes.
All right.
You see how contagious that is?
So we've got Michael, Allan, James, and Wayne from PNG ESports Association. If you have any questions, you can WhatsApp to 7714-6340. All right, before a following of fun questions, just tell us a bit about the rise of esports in PNG, also the Pacific.
I'll start off.
Sure.
So within the esports world, there was a time a while back, actually, without formally meeting Wayne and the association, we sat back as a group. Myself, there's another gamer, Bonsai. There's another gamer, D Alpha. Morris is his legal name. We've also got a few others. So we sat together in Discord and we were having a chat. And one of the boys, Bonsai, came up to us and shared a video. So we actually watched that video, and it was about the Glewstyx boys. This is a long time ago, during a tournament that you guys attended in
That's
what year was
in
this?
Melbourne. Yeah.
Oh yes, I think I saw one of your posts that time.
Yeah, and that inspired every single one of us. And they're like, hey, look, these guys are out there. Like, there's literally a video. If you go and search on YouTube, I think it's under Glewstyx, is it?
Yeah.
There's literally a
it's
video.
spelled weird.
Yeah, but we literally had a look at that video, and that was the linchpin for us, actually.
Wow.
As a franchise internally, that we just decided to say, hey, look, these guys did it. Why don't we do it as well? Like, they did it for Tekken, console games.
Yes.
We can do it for mobile gaming as well. So yeah, that for me is one of the things that for us actually sparked that interest and that sort of so for me to come and actually finally meet them in person is
amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, royalty, right? Like the first people to do it.
Would you like to share your experience as well?
So I'm going to go back, say maybe 2010. Now, remember how I was talking about that Mero Mobile guy? Guy came from nowhere and all of a sudden he's so popular.
True.
Back then there was really nobody. No one really played. It was hard to find like normal gamers that played because Papua New Guinea, right? You'll sit down and you'll play game and your parents will be like, why are you wasting your time on that game?
Yes. Always.
Go to school and get a job and
or do some housework or something.
But we followed a lot of programs before. One of them was Good Game back in the day on ABC. So we found out that there was a tournament close by to our country in Melbourne. Back then it was called a Shadow Showdown.
Okay.
So it was just by chance through a Facebook post that we found like-minded players. For the record, Tekken is a fighting game. It's been around since 1994. It's on the 8th series now of the game since this year in January. So we just got together, raised funds and went. This wasn't an online game where we had the comfort of our beds or on our tables.
No support, just you, like the group.
It was just within us, our family. So we went down for the first time. But I could tell you now, it's much easier to talk to gamers, unlike back then. Back then, people still found it strange and weird and big grown men trying to fly overseas and play video games. But now, you got people like, Mero Mobile, people like us, people like Virus that's coming up. And it's really not anything. It's just something that we enjoy doing so much. But if I were to make a comparison, back then it was absolutely nothing. But today that's a different story. There's so many different gamers and COD Mobile like us, Tekken, Mobile Legends, so many other different games there that we have here.
Yes, sure.
I think also to add to what these two said, with the rise of gaming, esports, I think a big factor in it is the ISPs. They've made it easy for us to communicate and connect online and play with each other. So that's one of the reasons why gaming is popular now in the country.
Yeah, because I was also going to add on to Michael's reply stating that it was quite different back in the day. So like why was it different? So Wayne just explained.
Yeah. And
what was it? IS something?
ISPs.
What is that?
Internet service providers.
Oh, please, yes.
No, I think with what was mentioned earlier is actually pretty but it was very, very difficult back in the day. Like for me specifically, I've played all of the Tekkens up until Tekken 6 and I stopped there. But Back then, it was really, really hard. Internet wasn't readily available. The phones that you had could only run Java games, and you can only play Space Impact. Was like pretty much the one that I used to play anyway. Back then it was really, really difficult. But now, literally, you can just chill by yourself on Discord, and within the next few minutes, you already have like maybe 10 people, 11 people, and you're all together. Someone's telling stories about themselves on the other end. It's been very easy to obtain nowadays. So. Everyone's forever online these days, so it's way easier now.
Very true, very interesting. John, would you like to share? Where did John come from? Allan. John is Allan's surname. See, all your IG ads confusing. Yes, Allan. Sorry.
It's a funny story too. I met Mike's. That's how I joined Glewstyx. We usually spend time. Passing time or something, visiting the game center there. You got the fighting game. You got two player on the fighting game arcade. So we usually end up playing Tekken and Street Fighter. So that's where I met Mikey. So it was a passing time ago, and then like we ended up knowing each other, and then the place started doing small tournaments, and then that's how I met the boys, and since then, till now, me starting to meet boys now. Yeah.
Those tournaments, are they still going on?
Unfortunately, they don't anymore.
Why?
It's all down to the organizers for the arcade. But you know, we're old school Street Fighter players. For people like our age, back in the day, you know, around here at BRoll in Port Moresby, they used to be. Our teachers referred to them as machine rooms. They used to be all around the place. Street Fighter 2 happened to be one of the most popular games that were there. So that's like me and Mott's our connection. We played this game in the past, and we found proper players who could play. You know, there was so many different players that came and played. There was actually one guy from, I don't know, maybe Samoan. He used to dress up in his full Momon's gear, and he happened to be one of our rivals that used to be there. So we often go and play, and there are two different types of characters. There's the usual quarter circle motion to throw a projectile, if you like. And then there's the charge characters. The charge characters, you know, Papua New Guineans don't really know how to throw those sort of moves. And then they'll be like, hey, don't pick that character. Hard walking power name. And then all of a sudden they see a sonic boom flies out. Hey, that's where I met Mots. Mots was like a rival. Mots was there every time I was there, and you know, we would see who would finish whose tokens more on the day.
Wow.
A huge group would just gather around us and watch two guys just play. Two big grown men play.
Well, you know, it's obvious that you all are very passionate about what you do. We'll take a short break, come back on the other side. At 8:30 on the Power Breakfast Show with your Power Mary Jivahnnah Thavala. Good morning and welcome back. I've got, Michael, Allan, James, and Wayne, all right, from PNG ESports Association. They promote electronic sports in PNG and the Pacific. So, gentlemen, I was thinking, last week on the Sports Breakfast Show, last Saturday, we had the Vice President for PNG ESports, Wayne Bray, who is also in the house. He stated that there's possibilities where the team here from PNG could take part in the how would you describe the Olympics for gaming?
Huge.
So it's big. It will be big, I think, because the last World Cup that was held early this year, just before just before the Olympics started. So the World Cup, the Esports World Cup that was held, it ran for 8 weeks, and viewership was bigger than the Olympics that just ended. So
Wow, that's really good.
And 8 weeks is really long, because I think the Olympics ran for less than.
True. So basically, I'm just thinking, so we all have our respective sporting codes. So for online gaming or PC, console, if we had to choose the best from every game, that's how we'd create our team for the Olympics. So we have the boxes.
No, they're still working on
okay.
the pathway to it, but
But yeah, no. In a nutshell, that's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
that's pretty like
So
the
you
selection
run,
process.
You
like,
run qualifiers for certain types of games. So you've got mobile platform, you've got the PC platforms, and then you've got the console platforms. Basically, you run games according to each code. They'll give you, like, say, for instance, our exposure with the most recent Global Esports Federation qualifiers that came up with the Mobile Legends and Racing Sim. So out of all of these three games, they had different categories for them as well. So you've got the women's category, men's category, and open or mix. From there, they run their qualifiers. You have to run your qualifiers as a country yourself, and then from there you pick the best of the best to represent the country. So it's pretty much the same as your as normal Olympics.
True. Yeah. Wow. That's interesting.
The games are just there's so many.
So many. Yes, very true. So, any of you, if you can just differentiate PC and console gaming, are they similar? Or it's different.
I'll leave it to the PC and console boys there.
I'd like to say performance.
Yeah.
Whoa.
If you buy a console, it's as it is. You can't change anything, otherwise you'll blow up the whole machine. But a PC guy like Mots or Allan sitting next to me, the guy can modify a PC like, to whatever he wants it to be. So that changes the performance of the game. Like if you buy a PS5, as an example, as it is, it will run PS5 games, it can't run anything else. Maybe possibly backwards compatible to PS4. But with a PC, you can run the best graphics game better than a PS5 if you want it to be. And the speed will be better, everything will be better, and you can run old things, but it might overload the old games. I don't know, I think Mots might be the better person to just give a brief explanation on that.
Yeah, I think just the performance are like currently the games coming out now, they require like good specs, RAM, the SSD drives, all kinds of things. I think the main thing here is graphics card, GPUs. It's hard to find here in PNG. It's expensive too when it comes here, so not many PC gamers here because of the hardware. It's expensive, so most of the people here or gamers they go for consoles. It's easy, but the games they're available on console and PC, so you can some of the games are cross platform, so you can PC can play with that.
Another thing, on Saturday,
yes,
the MLB boys were trying to start the match. They had issues with ping, and it ran for 4 hours, for server testing.
So on Sunday, we had the
Sunday.
We had the Mobile Legends qualifiers with the.
How was it? How was it, by the way?
We actually performed really, really well. I think the only thing that let us down was the ping. So the ping test, or what they do is they normally do a server test to make sure that your ping or MS milliseconds. I think it's milliseconds. That's the delay in which your phone or your device has with the server. So basically, if the ping is high, the game is really, really bad. It's going to be really bad. It's going to be lagging. It's going to drop behind the rest of the guys. So in our particular case, the ISPs were actually pretty good. We had a very good internet connection. The issue was with the server. So we were playing in the Oceania region, but we had to go up against people in the American region. It took us almost 4 hours, ourselves plus the organizers, to try and find common ground. So the ping would be good for us, but Guam will have terrible ping, so we had to go back and forth.
Wow.
And that pretty much cost us the first game and the second game as well, because we started playing at 180 plus, so we're having really bad. But when the ping was 78, we owned that game. That game was ours. The boys just literally, the normal game of Mobile Legends, 15 minutes. We ended it in like 10, less than that. Yeah, so
that's great stuff.
They were hungry.
They were angry, hangry and hungry. So yeah.
So like, individuals, any of you, how much credits you purchase? Like,
for me,
like one day,
I'd say
per day,
on average,
average?
5 kina.
5 kina? What?
On average.
On average,
Yeah, on average. Maybe all the gamers, they probably purchase
more than that.
Some may go higher.
Over.
Yeah.
I use 2 gigs a day.
Okay, 2 gigs
a day.
Over.
I'm on a budget of 10 kina every 2 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Alan?
It depends.
Probably PC.
Yeah, if I'm on
PC. Let's go.
Fancy.
Expensive.
Then it's 10 kina daily as well. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, gentlemen, we take another break, come back on the other side. I'm just going to briefly ask, like, what benefits do you gain through this, all of this, all of that?
For me, it'll definitely be the camaraderie. Just wanted to. So most of the boys have been messaging me back and forth. So the actual founder of PNG Power Bros, the group of franchise that I actually am the president of, Dwight, he's actually listening in as well. His in-game name is Slaga. So yeah, there you go,
Slaga. Good morning.
You've also got Glewstyx from Glewstyx, sorry, Navid from Gera, who so he's actually listening in, and also the Alpha Maurice. Most of these boys we met online. And we've formed a bond since then, and we've been inseparable. And we literally it's about the camaraderie actually for us.
Sure.
You build that, like these two.
I just saw them shaking hands. Like, calm down.
Exactly.
We know you met before.
Wayne's trying to hug me now. Anyways, yes, the camaraderie, and one important skill that I learned anyway is being patient. We had
internet issues.
Yeah, internet issues, and then you have a lot of different people that come together, and all of these people, they have different characters, right?
Yeah.
So you need to be able to be patient with certain people. So someone has a short fuse and tends to yell and scream. The other guy doesn't, so
another's too quiet.
Yeah.
Classic PNG hits only on FM100.
At 14 to 9 on the Power Breakfast Show with Jivahnnah. Also, I've got special guests Michael, Allan, James, and Wayne from PNG ESports Association. I am quite satisfied from Saturday because I am understanding what PC and console gaming is. Also, IGN, I jotted that down on the paper. So, anything else? If I missed anything, if you'd like to share?
Yeah, okay. I'll share a few things. So the first thing is the language.
Yes,
so you'll notice that the language that we use in the game is actually really, really different. So if you really want to get under a gamer's skin, you either call them a bot or a noob. So you'll hear that sometimes they're on the phone trying to insult each other and back and forth, and they call each other noobs or bots or stuff like that. It's considered not so much an offensive term, but it sort of gets under people's skin, so it gets them sort of rallied up and say, you know what, I'm not new at this. A noob pretty much means that you're new. So I'm not new at this. I got this. Whenever you have a good game and you have nothing more to say, but you just have to bite your teeth and be a sportsman, you just say GG's and that's it. You just like GG's means good game, right? But yeah, there's a lot of different words you use, terms you use with the game itself. And like you mentioned earlier, what do you get out of the gaming? The gaming space. Well, like I said, you get a lot of camaraderie. You get a sense of belonging. You get a community that shares certain interests. Like let's say 60% of most of the guys that I play with. Wait, that sounded wrong. Most of the gentlemen that I participate with. Gaming, they're into anime, so they form their little group of anime person. Yeah, exactly. Now you got another
Michael
up in here. But yeah, you've got the anime enthusiasts. You've also got some of the other people that we don't realize that we're related, but we get together and you're like, hey, no, yeah, your uncle's like this, and it's like,
you're my cousin,
you're my cousin's uncle, sister's auntie, stuff like that. But yeah, you get together. A fun story that I wanted to share was the history of PNG Power Bros. So pretty much PNG Power Bros is what I like. I call it an esports franchise. So the reason why I call it that is that we want to be a group that promotes athletes. So like we discussed on Saturday. Yes. Gamers aren't just gamers; they're athletes. They're people who spend hours and hours honing their skills on a particular game, and they are considered athletes. With us, the PNG Power Bros started with us. We had 14. I have 14 brothers, so out of all of that, all of my brothers, we got together and created a little group, and from that group, we started branching out to like-minded individuals. Yes. From there, we met the boys from Gera, a few boys from Gera, that's the Loot Legion boys. So shout out to the Sages. That's Go Sage, Odik Sage, Heka, all of these guys. Where we ended up being together. Mercenary 3B, now is known as Shifu, Korra. All of these boys, we ended up meeting, and that became another extension to the family that we actually had. On top of that, we ended up meeting with the Bloods of PNG and IMS boys, so BOP and IMS Immortals. So you have Mad Jack from the G5, you've got the name I mentioned earlier, D Alpha, who happens to be an executive member of the ESports Association as well. So D Alpha, Maurice, we met all of these boys, and then that group got a little bit bigger. From there, you branched out to the KF boys, and then we moved on to the Mobile Legends scene from PUBG. So we met people like Jukes and the entire team that represented PNG on Sunday for Mobile Legends, and you've got the boys from KSK, you've got Cam's Rusty, all of these names that I've been rattling off. They at one point or another we helped each other. So from discussing. They have their own problems, right? We all have problems. So you have late night Discord sessions where we're all online, having fun, and one of them drops in, probably intoxicated or just depressed or whatever, just comes online, and then that's it.
Starts a conversation.
And we just keep each other company until then. So there's a good piece of camaraderie. And from there, we branched out from, like I mentioned, from the initial 14 of us, and then just became like a really large group of people, so much so that we actually have a whole WhatsApp community that's dedicated to all the groups, with that under the banner of the ESports Association, which again started off with just a thought from the PC boys, D Alpha and the boys, and Wayne, and they all got together and they created the ESports Association to try and structure it, legalize it sort of in a way.
Yeah.
So bring all the gaming things together. So with the president, Del Toro. So shout out to Del if he's currently listening in as well. Toro Gaming.
Yes, that's right.
From there they got together, they created the constitution, and then the Esports Association is where it is. They obviously, with gaming in itself, it's another sporting code, so you need to have a governing body for it.
Sure.
So that's where the association came up to be. But from my end, all the boys, we're together. We literally just came together with a common interest and wanted to make a difference with sharing this gaming experience with everyone. Taking up too much time. Wait.
All right. Well, thank you all for this morning. Just 3 fun questions for the 3 of you. But if you are wondering what's going on, check out the Facebook page for PNG ESports Association. You ask them questions, they will answer all your questions regarding electronic sports in PNG and Pacific. They promote that, and it's actually a rise here in PNG, also the Pacific. All right, 3 fun questions. What is the most challenging video game you've ever played?
Ooh.
One name, no explanation. 4 of you.
For me, Mobile Legends.
Mobile Legends? Virus.
That's going to be difficult. I'm going to say League, Dota.
All right. Michael?
I'm going to say, I don't think a lot of Papua New Guineans play this type of game. But if they do, then, you guys are the best. It's the Souls franchise.
Never heard of it.
If
Great.
you play any of those games, you will not survive the first 5 minutes of the game.
Allan?
I just started League of Legends, so I'm still at Grandmaster. So
Okay, Allan, starting from you now. Do you prefer playing single player or multiplayer games?
Multiplayer.
Why?
Yeah, I think you improve on your gameplay. So
Great stuff. Michael?
I think I'm a bit of both person. I come back and forth. But, multiplayer is just fun because of your friends that are playing with you. But then again, when it comes to single player, I just like having some
privacy.
Alone time. Yeah, I'm like a lonely person by nature too. So.
Wayne?
Multiplayer, because I like to troll my teammates.
James?
Multiplayer for sure.
Okay, good. One last one. Have you ever wanted to create your own video game? James?
Yeah, actually. It was I wanted to actually create a video game myself a long time ago. A combination between Age of Empires, Warhammer, and something to do with a PNG theme. Yeah.
Nice. Wayne?
A while back.
My nigga.
Probably not. Michael?
No, the thought never crossed my mind. I did wanted to make my own comic book, but some other people beat me there already.
Too much gaming.
I just want to play video games.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
The whole
Allan?
developing side, not too much.
No. Very serious no. Well, thank you so much, Michael, Allan, James, and Wayne from the PNG ESports Association. If you still have questions, make sure you text to 7714-6340. I'll pass on your questions to the guys. Thank you all. Have a great day. And keep choosing power.
Yep, exactly.